Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Boletaria. Actually, I think that event ended by now, but we're still gonna keep going. I did record this during the event, so it still counts. Anyway, in the last part, we did the Pure White World Tendency events, and now it's time for Pure Black. So once again, we're going back to the first part of Boletaria Palace. Alright, here we are, back in the first part of Boletaria Palace once again. Alright, and yeah, I did decide to change up my outfit a little bit. I was kind of wanting to wear one of the armor sets, like either Garl Vinland's or Yurt the Silent Chief's, but it was too heavy and would have probably would have required me to equip the Ring of Great Strength, which was found near the Dragon's Den, or in the Dragon's Den. I forgot to read the item description on it, but it did mention Valor Facts of the Twin Fangs specifically, so that is the hint that he was killed up there, and then his body was probably collected and taken here. Anyway, let's just kill this thing again. It drops upgrade stones, but I don't really need those anymore. I don't know why I keep picking them up. Just habit, I suppose. You see a shiny, you pick up a shiny. Anyway. Now once again, we're gonna have to deal with all these black phantoms. Black phantom dreglings. What a weird concept. Alright, anyway, for the Pure Black World Tendency events, there are actually also a lot more. Not a lot more, but there are also Black Phantom versions of enemies that'll show up in each level, even in this first part. But I'm not going to show off all their spawn locations, simply because that would be very, very tedious. Oh crap. Anyway, there we are. So at Pure Black World Tendency, we have Executioner Meralda's Black Phantom. So I think the interesting thing to consider, or to look at when it comes to the Pure Black events, is that since a lot of them are Black Phantom versions of people you can encounter at Pure White World Tendency, it's like a variation of the world. Oh boy, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. She nearly got me there. Black Phantoms, they do hit pretty hard, and since this is Pure Black World Tendency, I'm taking a lot more, or enemies just deal a lot more damage. And I forgot Second Chance. But anyway, I think the idea is that when the World Tendency shifts to Pure Black or Pure White, it's a separate reality from the one that you were initially in. So Executioner Meralda's Black Phantom is here because in a Pure Black version of this world, she died. And she already died, rather than, this being the corpse of the woman I slew before. Because you can come here at Pure Black World Tendency before Pure White, and if you do that, Black Phantom Meralda will still be here. So that is an interesting thing to consider, but I don't know if it's really true or not. It's tough to say with Demon's Souls, but as with all the Souls games, the motto is basically prepare to confuse. Anyway, she drops her weapon, the Guillotine Axe. An axe long used for beheadings. It's short, heavy, and has a thick handle, but can sever one's cervical vertebrae in a single blow. It is disdained as an executioner's weapon, especially in Boletaria. Yeah, that's very neat. But anyway, it's oddly enough, the World Tendency events, they're very good at shifting your... Yeah, the World Tendency events are very good at shifting your character tendency in the opposite direction. So since the killing named Black Phantoms, like Meralda there, that actually shifts your character tendency to white. So, since more Black Phantoms show up at Pure Black World Tendency, going to Pure Black World Tendency makes it easier to get to Pure White character tendency. Anyway, it's a bit of a ways off for me, but our next world event, Pure Black World Tendency event for Boletaria, is going to be in World 3, or Part 3, I should say. So I'll see you guys there when we've gotten to that. All right, here we go. So it took me a little bit off screen, but whatever, here we are. So this is the other thing that happens at pure black world tendency, or actually it doesn't need pure black, but you might as well go pure black since that thing down there, I don't know what even to call that, but that is a primeval demon. It is one of the least harmful, it is one of the most harmless enemies you can encounter in Demon Souls, and they have a very good chance to drop a colorless demon soul. There is one in each world, so they account for half of the available colorless demon souls, and since you only need 5 to fully upgrade a unique weapon, you only need 5 to fully upgrade a unique weapon using them, they are very valuable to encounter and kill. So, and they only show up once per in-game cycle, and the chance that they drop a colorless demon soul, it's not a guarantee. So, I do believe there is a way to reload the game in a way that'll allow you to get another shot at the colorless demon soul if they don't drop it, but I wouldn't know for sure. I've never tried it. In any case, I would recommend waiting until you get to pure black world tendency to kill it anyway, simply because when you kill a primeval demon, that greatly shifts your world back towards pure white world tendency. So if you want to do all the pure black world tendency events, you want to make sure that you take care of all of them in one go, and so that way you don't have to worry about the primeval demon affecting your tendency too much. Anyway, our next stop is going to be the first part of the Stonefang Tunnel. Yeah, here we are. So this is Stonefang Tunnel's primeval demon, found near that elevator that you can take to get to the crushing battle axe. Yeah, they're oddly adorable in a way, but they're also kind of gross. They look like a weird bug sort of thing. But in any case, the primeval demons, they are one of the very, very, very rare enemies that are completely harmless. I think they have no way to attack you, or that their only attacks they can do will deal so little damage that they're not worth worrying about. So, yeah. Primeval demons, they're worth hunting down. Anyway, I will cut ahead to when we're at the next Pure Black World Tendency event for the Stonefang Tunnel. Alright, here we are. So we're back here where we met Skurver the Wanderer, and as you can see, he's now a Black Phantom, or there's a Black Phantom version of him. So, Skurver the Wanderer's Black Phantom can be an oddly difficult one to deal with. So let's go ahead and start shooting at him. The first thing he'll try to do when you make him aggressive is he's going to try and cast regeneration. Skurver the Wanderer, he's actually got the Talisman of Beasts equipped. So he's going to come at you with spells. He knows Fireball. He's basically got a lot of fire-based spells. So coming here with fire resistance can be very handy. And basically, a good way to deal with Skurver is to try and keep him stun locked. If he can't cast spells, he's not dangerous to you. And then I think that regeneration spell is the only thing he tries to do to keep himself healthy. So you definitely want to make sure you interrupt that. And then as long as he's not close enough to you to lock on, he shouldn't try to attack you with spells. So you should be able to shoot him from the maximum range you can achieve by being in this little area. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if he pulled it off or not. It looks like he was unsuccessful. But yeah, that's Skurver the Wanderer's Black Phantom. Definitely one of the ones that's most worthwhile to hunt down because he drops the Talisman of Beasts. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see, it requires intelligence and faith. An old wooden amulet resembling the old one. It can utilize both miracles and spells. The symbol of God was nothing more than the image of the old one. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the rare cases of Demon Souls being very explicit, in that the old one that is causing the colorless fog is the god that Saint Urbane and all of his followers worship. And the Talisman of Beast pretty much outright confirms that. A very interesting situation that we have there. It basically means that the miracles that Saint Urbane teaches us by cleansing demon souls are no different than the spells we can learn from Sage Frake by giving those to him. Very, very interesting. Anyway, I'll cut ahead to when we're going to the Tower of Latria for the one Pure Black World tendency event I did do there. Tower of Latria is a bit... Ugh. But anyway, I'll talk about it more when we get there. Alright, here we are. So there is Lord Ridiel's Black Phantom. He's a pretty tricky one to deal with because he has more health than you can ever get. Also, his weapon, I didn't notice this at first, but it deals magic damage. Let's see. So, yeah, he can be tricky to fight because of that, but fortunately he doesn't have a shield, so you might be able to stun lock him. I'll meet you guys back here. Alright, here we are, we're back. And considering Lord Ridiel did so well in the closed quarters, I'm gonna try and fight him out here. Darn it, I was so interested in trying out the phosphorescent pole, but it attacks just like the halberd, and I hate the halberd. Oh crap. Yeah, and it deals magic damage, something I didn't expect at first. I thought the phosphorescent pole was a pure dexterity weapon. So yeah, I'm just going to shoot him dead. Sorry, I went a little silent there. I was actually curious about, when I was going through part of the Valley of Defilement, the second part, at Pure White World Tendency and at Pure Black, I ended up getting up souls randomly, and I don't remember what they came from, so I was just trying to ask around and see if anyone knew about that. But yeah, for Lord Ridiel, I don't really have too much advice. I do recommend taking him, trying to be able to deal as much damage as possible, considering he has more health than you can possibly ever get as a Black Phantom, and since he deals magic damage, it might be best to go in with the dark silver shield you get from Garl Vinland, so that way you can block him more effectively. Since I was ill-prepared, I'm just going to cheese this encounter with arrows, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, yeah, just cutting in a bit here before he dies. As you can see, he's got a different glowy effect on him. The phosphorescent pole he's equipped, it regenerates magic, or MP points, as we will soon figure out once I get it off his corpse. But, or I should say off his soul, since his corpse is in a different cell. But this effect, this is the Dim Rat's Ring that boosts your defense when you're at 30% or less HP. Since he has so much hit points, this is actually a very strong ring for the Black Phantom of Lord Ridiel to have. Let's see. And just got a bit more to go, so I'll cut ahead when the rest is dead. But yeah, since he goes right back to his spawn point after every arrow shot, I figured it was safe to just let him walk all the way back before shooting him again. I wanted to play it very safe, considering how quickly he killed me the last time. Alright, he's finally dead. Ugh. That took way too long. Ooh, there's a note here. VIP. VIP indeed. Yeah, it's very weird that there's a Black Phantom and a blue version of Lord Ridiel, since he's technically already dead. Anyway, a phosphorescent pole. It's a magic weapon that scales off strength and dexterity. A long rod inlaid with blue gems that emit phosphorescent light. It's bladeless and lightweight, and due to a magical enchantment, it slowly regenerates the wielder's MP. One of Lord Ridiel's most storied exploits is his theft of this weapon from the Witch in the Sky. Yeah, there is a typo. They put magical twice in a row. Very neat. Yeah, since it scales off those 3 stats, it could be good for a good weapon to use for a hybrid build if you don't mind the shitty attack animations. Anyway, there is also a primeval demon. It's in the swamp portion of, the swamp portion of the second part of Tower of Latria, but I had a tough time finding it because the description for where it's at is utterly useless. Well, at least on the one wiki I found. The one wiki I found said it's near where you pick up the Ring of Disease Resistance. So I looked up the Ring of Disease Resistance, and it said that it's picked up near where you found the Primeval Demon. So, yeah, very helpful advice there. So, we're gonna cut ahead to the Shrine of Storms and do the Pure Black World Tendency events there. See you guys in a bit. Alright, here we are in the first part of the Shrine of Storms, where Satsuki has become a Black Phantom. Or there's a Black Phantom of Satsuki. Anyway, this Black Phantom in particular can be quite the troublesome one to deal with, since back when these servers were live, I do believe there was a Halloween event that the developers did for Demon's Souls, where they made every world pure black permanently for the month of October that one time. And for players who were just getting into the game for the first time, that ended up being really bad, because if you come into the Shrine of Storms at pure black world tendency, and you don't have the Thieves' Ring equipped, then this Black Phantom is immediately hostile. And as you can see, he's got Healing Grass on him. I have no idea if there's a limit to how many times he can heal himself like that, but he can heal himself back up to full. So, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you kill him as quickly as possible. Anyway, just gotta find a good time to pop my own Healing Grass, because he nearly killed me in one hit. It's so unfair that Black Phantoms get to be so much stronger than me. Okay. There we go. And we're going to have to make sure we keep a good close eye on him and press the offensive as much as we can, but we also have to be very careful of getting attacked. Come on, don't let him heal. No, get close, Space Oyster. No! Past Space Oyster, what were you thinking? Anyway, you'll notice that he's not actually taking any damage like he was the last time I fought him when he was in human form at Pure White. That's because the Black Phantom Satsuki, it looks like he's using a different katana. He's not using the magic sword Makoto, and he's definitely not using the one that he'll drop, Hiltless. So rather, I think he's using the katana I'm using, the Dai Katana. Oh, that was a bit of a brilliant thing on the developer's part to give him something that's not going to damage him, so you don't have an easy way to cheese this Black Phantom. Yeah, when you have the world tendency set to black, the Shrine of Storms becomes a difficult place to visit. Come on. Gotcha! Alright. So yeah, that is the Black Phantom version of Satsuki taken care of, and he drops Hiltless. I don't know if I went over it too much, but Hiltless, it'll deal damage to you every time you hit somebody with it, since it's essentially a sword with no hilt. I did swing it around a bit in the Nexus off screen, and I didn't notice myself taking any damage, but if it's a particularly small number, it could be difficult to determine. But I suppose if you do want to use Hiltless, then just like with the magic sword Makoto, just equip a lot of stuff that regenerates your health passively, and you should be good. Anyway, the Shrine of Storms is also probably one of those worlds that you should try to leave at pure black, because there's a very, very good benefit to having pure black world tendency here in the Shrine of Storms, and that is pure Bladestone. In the second part of the Shrine of Storms, there is a Black Phantom version of one of the Red Eye skeletons, the black ones with the dual katanas. Those skeletons the one in particular I'm talking about is pretty close to the old hero's archstone if you go backwards from it. Anyway, and yeah, there's stuff back here I forgot to pick up. Anyway, so the Black Phantom versions of those Red Eye skeletons, those are the only source of pure Bladestone, and they drop it very, very rarely, that making pure Bladestone perhaps the rarest upgrade material of them all, which is why I find it difficult to recommend a Dexterity build, even though that's what I went with. Dexterity applies, or Bladestone applies the sharp effect to a weapon that greatly boosts the dexterity scaling and yada yada yada. Anyway, I wanted to show off the shortcut here that was an unintended glitch. Well, not a glitch per se, an unintended thing that made it into the final game. And I do believe Miyazaki has stated that he would leave this in if it had been found during he would leave this in if they'd been still patching the game. But yeah, if your equipment load is light enough, you can just roll over the wall, and that skips most of this level. This little pathway here is a back way to the boss, to the adjudicator, so you can get through the Shrine of Storms very, very quickly by taking advantage of that. And since you can always reduce your equip load no matter what you're wearing just by taking it off, there's no reason you can't take that shortcut. Anyway, the reason why I haven't, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I guess the reason why I didn't return to the Nexus in order to get to the second World Tendency event here in the Shrine of Storms is because I wanted to, or rather, returning to the Nexus would have altered my world tendency, and then I'd have to manually adjust it back to pure black, which is just tedious. So rather, since it's close by, I figured the shortcut would be a perfect opportunity for me to just run straight to it. So, yeah, now we're in the second part of the Shrine of Storms. With the Adjudicator dead, it's even easier to get through here. Let's just shoot the Reaper dead. Even at pure black world tendency where enemies are tougher, he still dies in 2 hits. Well, with my current equipment and stat layout. So, yeah, that's always fun. Alright, yeah, and then you go back here, and you may remember this part of the level. This is where I went this way once before, and we picked up the white bow. This is the pathway you need to take to find the primeval demon that's here in the Shrine of Storms. Oh, crap. One attack, and you broke through my guard. Not good, not good. I'm just gonna run away. Run! Run! Anyway, there it is. Hi, Crystal Lizard, you're going to die because you're just going to walk off the edge like an idiot. Yay! Colorless Demon Soul. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the pure black world tendency events here in the Shrine of Storms. So I will cut ahead when we're going to the Valley of Defilement. Alright, here we are. So, there she is. You can see her off in the distance, barely. The Black Phantom of Celine Vinland. She is a very tricky one to deal with, because like the Meat Cleaver Black Phantom, she is not impeded at all by the swamp. I do believe she is she can be poisoned and inflicted with plague, but she won't catch it from being in the swamp, and her roll speed will not, or her roll and movement speed won't be affected by it. So she gets to cheat. But the other thing that makes Celine Vinland extremely difficult to deal with is that she is equipped with a unique sword called Blind. Blind is a unique dexterity-based weapon that completely ignores shields, just like the Great Sword of Moonlight. So when you're fighting her, you can't block because it won't do anything. I suppose you could still parry. I tried to do that on my own, but it didn't work out. Of course, what makes her even trickier to defeat is that she can heal herself. If your health gets particularly low, then she's just going to cast a miracle to restore her health. So, fighting her from a distance like this isn't going to work out unless you constantly shoot at her. And since she tries to run away before healing, that isn't going to work out too much. So I'm going to cut ahead to my successful attempt at fighting her in melee range. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, here we are. So I believe this is my successful attempt on Selene Vinland. If not, I'll cut ahead to the successful one later. But yeah, what she starts off with, she starts off by trying to cast the miracle well, I don't think it's called anti-magic field, but that's basically what it does, is it prevents you from casting spells. I think it can work on her as well, so you have to be careful of that. And yeah, since she's using blind, blocking against her is completely useless, and I wasn't able to parry her, so yeah, tough times all around. But the basic thing to do with her is to get her into the state where she wants to heal, since you can easily interrupt her from doing that. Once you've got her on the defensive and she's just trying to heal, as long as you stay on your toes and keep interrupting her, you'll be good. It's so unfair she gets to roll through the swamp. Yeah, but fighting her ended up being a lot easier than I assumed it would be. But I tend to be overly defensive when I play Souls. Going on the offensive like that is very helpful. And yeah, she drops blind, so if you want to, you too can attack people and completely ignore their shields. I do believe if you hit someone with a weapon like blind, you don't even flinch when you hit a shield. And it scales mostly purely off dexterity, but you do need a bit of strength. A curved sword with a clear blade. Widely known along with the courage of the dull gold knight, Selene Vinland, it is one of Vinland's treasures. The blade is illusory, and light as a feather. It can pass through shields. Yeah, so the biggest thing to keep in mind if you do use it, though, is that it has very low durability. It'll break quickly, but it might be worth using for me since it has a S scaling on dexterity, and that is the main stat I've been leveling up. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna keep going through the swamp, because the primeval demon in the Valley of Defilement is in the same area as Selene Vinland, but we have to go a little bit farther ahead. One thing I forgot to mention about Selene Vinland, I don't think I forgot to mention it. Well, just in case I did, her human form at pure white world tendency, if you kill her, she drops her armor set. The dull gold armor set. I didn't kill her to pick it up because I didn't want to, but that is something you can do. Her human form, while she does wield blind, as far as I know, she won't drop it. So you do have to deal with that Black Phantom if you want to use blind. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I keep getting those souls off. I keep getting those souls from somewhere, but I have no idea what's causing that. It would be very interesting to find out, but I'm not even sure what I'm going to do about it. Anyway, yeah. So here we are at this spot again, and there's those two giant depraved ones with a Black Phantom giant depraved one. And unfortunately, he spotted me over here, so I'm going to try and pick them off to see if I can get past there, because that is the primeval demon is past that point. So we're going to have to get past here. So I'll cut ahead, see you guys in a bit. Alright, yeah, so we're just going to try and run past, although one of those giant depraved ones is following me. The Black Phantom depraved one, he is extremely deadly because he attacked me once, and I blocked it with my shield, and from the maximum health I currently have in this form, it killed me. And I had second chance active, so I survived, but still, I blocked it, and it still killed me. Completely depleted my stamina, too. Ugh. Maybe a better shield would have done better. Anyway, this guy is just going to be problematic. You know what? I'm just going to shoot you. Ugh, and I'm running so low on arrows. I only have 200 left. Oh, no, that's actually plenty. Yeah. Demon Souls, actually, it really balances out the bow's play style with the equipment burden. Or item burden, I should say. So item burden places a heavy a heavy restriction on archers, since the arrows that you equip, they are factored in with that item burden. In order to be an effective archer, you need ammunition, and that ammunition will take up space. So, but because of how broken archery is, like, if you have a good bow and plenty of arrows, you can take out every boss here in the Valley of Defilement with no resistance. Because of how broken it is, that's probably necessary balance. Anyway, here it is, the Primeval Demon of the Valley of Defilement. And this one, it didn't drop a colorless demon soul for me. Hooray. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna make my way back to the Nexus, but that's pretty much it for the Pure Black World Tendency events. Like I said, there are also Black Phantom versions of enemies that pop up sporadically, but I'm not gonna show all of those off because that is tedious. Or they're tedious to find, so I'll call that here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.